Hi, everyone. If you are a real estate agent and you're watching this video and you're thinking about hiring a marketing company or a lead generation company, and you're thinking about helping them hire them for your marketing and to grow your business, then this is a video that you want to watch because in a moment I want to walk you through a couple of things that you want to think about when and how to vet these companies because there's a lot of companies right now in this digital world, and a lot of agents that I worked with have lost a lot of money, time, effort, and it could be quite frustrating. And you're not putting yourself at risk, you're putting your family at risk, your finances, your business at risk. So there's a lot of things at stake. So I can't wait to share with you because I want to dip into my own experience of the past decade of working in marketing. I remember, folks, I was a marketing consultant. I worked with government, I worked in not for profit, I worked with a couple of private brands prior to coming into real estate. And I want to bring some of that experience to you. I might have spent over a half a million now in ad spend. And it takes there's a strategy behind making sure that you are working with the right people. And before I get into that, I want to quickly introduce myself. If you have not get a chance to meet me, my name is Tharmila Rajasingam. I'm a real estate agent at EXP Realty Brokerage, and I am based in Toronto. But as you can imagine, that's what I love about our brokerage. We are a virtual brokerage, and we get to work with agents around the world. We're currently in 24 markets, and if you are an agent, you're thinking about joining EXP Realty, I highly recommend you partner with me, you work with me, and meet with me so you get to learn a little bit about our brokerage and myself. All the information is in the link below. Book a call. I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have. And also, if this is your first time coming to my channel, it'd be great if you can click that subscribe button and stay connected so that we can grow and learn together. So let's get started. A couple of things that I want to bring to the forefront. When you choose the wrong company, like I mentioned, there's a lot at stake here. You could lose money, time, effort, a lot of things, your reputation. There's a lot of things that could go wrong, and you could lose private information. So it's really important that you start from the very beginning and find out what is your business goal. Who are you looking to hire? Because you may end up having to hire multiple companies to do various things when one company could help you with many things. Kind of like I have agents who go and choose two, three different CRMs when one CRM can do all of that jobs. So you may not want to complicate your business too much. So what is your KPI? And if you're not familiar with that acronym, key performance indicators, you want to make sure, from an operational perspective, like how are you doing your work? And what are some indicators in your business that you are going to measure to ensure that you are reaching your goals? And start to break down your operations and look at what is it exactly do you need assistance with. And if it's lead generations, if it's marketing, identify that budget, identify that business goal. And my recommendation first and foremost is to stay away from fraudulent companies and scams, and to stay safe. The first thing I like to do is look at Facebook groups, and look at there are sometimes people post groups of companies that they worked with, and I those is a couple of recommendations or people. And my first go-to is go to your brokerage, go to your mentors, go to your sponsors, go to your team leads of companies that they worked with and they've had success. That is the first and foremost. And then I like to take that information and I like to vet it a little bit more. And you can go into different Facebook groups, real estate masterminds or real estate groups or real estate agents in Toronto, whatever your market is. And or if some of the companies that work and that are available and that are doing services Canada and US wide, you could put them in these Facebook groups. And you might have seen these posts where people would say, stay away from these companies. I would search your company that you're looking to potentially work with. And especially if you have a certain group of a companies that you've shortlisted, which is what I would do always, get a recommendation from different people and look them up in groups to make sure that, people haven't had any bad experiences and what that bad experience looked like. And often we all know this, when people go and write bad reviews about companies, is usually that one person that had this really bad experience. But when you really start to peel the onion, it might not always be in the company. And trust me, I've been there too. And I have a marketing company and I also service and I work in that end. So I completely understand. But also, I also worked with companies where, we had to go and ask and had to open a legal conversations with the company that have gone under but taken our money. And so, I worked for companies where we're able to do that, and we had that legal structure. And if you are an agent or solo agent and you don't have that capacity and those resources, you want to be really careful, because you can be putting yourself and your family and your finances at risk. So what you want to do is, again, shortlist, do those research, and then you want to start meeting up with these companies and ask to meet with them if you can, in person or face to face. I always recommend like a Zoom call for safety purposes, and then start asking for them to share their screen and show you examples of their work and companies that they've worked with and reviews that they can show. And a lot of companies, they have something called a media kit. That's the first thing that I would ask, because a lot of media kit would have all of the examples of their portfolio and the companies and reviews and places and people that they've served. And most importantly, it'll have informations and statistics and data of what their services can do for your business. That is the most important things. In their media kit, it's going to show you their impressions, their results, their reach, that the targeted, the tactics that they're going to do for you is going to do for your business. Very important. And one of the biggest thing that I could share with you, and honestly, I was talking to one of my agents about this, who actually lost $15,000 in working with the company, who's quite well known, and a lot of people have worked with them. And now I'm starting to hear so many people have said, they promised so and so leads, they promised so and so reach, and they're losing money. And it's in our industry, so be very careful. You are vetting these companies, and the first and foremost to do that. And obviously, there's other people who've had success with this company. So you are, you're open to working with them. But my recommendation is, don't pay 100% of the money up front. I know some companies that have asked for this, and that's a big red flag. And I know there's some money that needs to be paid up front for them to be able to run ads or to do some sort of services. I get it. But there needs to be some sort of payment in installment of them doing the work first. I'm a big proponent of this. And it's the same when you're hiring contractors. And as an investor myself, I never pay 100% upfront. I always pay either 25% or 50% upfront as a deposit for them to do the work, or a certain percentage of the work. And then, especially if materials and things are going to be spent on their behalf in order for you to do the work, for them to do the work for you, then I get it. So think about that and make sure you have something in writing, and make sure you, again, you're thinking about the full process. And I truly mean this when I say this, is because I've worked on the other side, where we've lost money, as well as I've worked with agents who've lost money to companies from them just disappearing, because we are in a virtual world, and people can, and all these phone numbers and conversation and traces can just disappear in a moment, and you can't find who they are. And so that would be my recommendation, is to, again, work with people that come from recommendations of people that you know personally, like your team leads, like your mentors and other agents in your market who you know personally, who've had great success, and people you trust. Because there are times some agents would recommend companies that they've worked with, that they're friends with their family member, but they don't hold any responsibilities, and they never really worked with them, but they're suggesting them because they know them and they're trying to promote their business, and that may not be beneficial to you. So those are some of the things that quickly come up to my mind, of some of the things that I would keep an eye on. And I would always try out a certain a test period of working with the company. So, for example, if you're hiring a video editor, do one video with them, and pay for just that video. And that agreement is for that one video, and see what it's like. And pay for that video 50%, 25% deposit, wait for that video to come in, pay the full 100%, see how that process went. And then maybe now you can move up to 3 videos, maybe 5 videos, maybe 10 videos. And I have YouTube thumbnail designers and I have VAs who are great for the first 2 months, and then they get busy and they're not very good, and you could have paid them up front. So be really careful about that, about working. Think about your business. You could think about it in increments as well. You don't have to pay up front because they're giving you an amazing, you know, that's what these companies get you, is that they try to tell you that you're saving a lot of money by buying their big bulk And I've done that with a lot of companies that I've worked with in the past, especially when I worked with the government. We would buy a lot of ads in bulk, and that makes sense because we worked with these companies and they're an affiliate with the government, and they have a potential procurement and different you know um, agreements in place to protect us as well as them. But in this case, it's not the case. So you have every power to purchase services by services, and then maybe you can agree to something long term. I hope these informations were helpful to you, and if it is, please leave it in the comment section below. That's what I want to do, is to really bring a lot of my expertise and experiences to the forefront and share them with you. If there's something that you're struggling with, please let me know. I'd be happy to. And I love now all my agents, people in my group, I love them when they send me, and agents that I'm partnered with, my sponsor partner agents, they would send me, what do you think of this company? What do you think of that company? And I love that. And I would give it back to them. Instead of saying they're not good, I would say, hey, ask them these questions. And I've noticed this about this company. Is that what you notice as well? Have you asked them this question? So those are such a great way to get started, especially with people that you work with, and leveraging your sponsors and your team leads. And that's what I'm there for. So again, if you're looking to join EXP Realty and you want someone to sponsor and partner with you, I highly recommend you go to the description below, click on that link, and learn all about myself and what it's like to partner with me, and book a call. I'm happy to meet with you and share what it's like. All the best. I hope this was helpful. I'll see you next time.